Peppa Pig and her little brother George were excited to go to the playground on a beautiful sunny day. They put on their sneakers and sunscreen, grabbed their backpack, and set off on their bikes. As they rode down the street, Peppa and George waved to their friends who were also on their way to the playground. They arrived at the park and saw the huge jungle gym with swings, slides, and climbing ropes. Peppa and George ran over to the swings and took turns pushing each other higher and higher. They laughed and giggled as they soared through the air. Next, they went to the slides. Peppa went first, sliding down the tall spiral slide and landing with a soft thud on the cushioned ground below. George followed closely behind, sliding down the shorter slide and landing next to his sister. After sliding, Peppa and George decided to try out the climbing ropes. They grabbed onto the ropes and started to climb, feeling the rough texture against their palms. They made it to the top and rang the bell, feeling a sense of accomplishment. As they were playing, they noticed their friend Pedro Pony standing by the sandbox, looking sad. Peppa and George went over to see what was wrong. "What's the matter, Pedro?" asked Peppa. "I can't seem to build a castle like the others," Pedro said, looking at the sandcastles that their friends had built. Peppa and George saw that Pedro was struggling to stack the sand into a castle shape. They decided to help him out. Together, they worked on the sandcastle, shaping and smoothing the sand. Peppa showed Pedro how to make towers and George helped dig a moat around the castle. After some time, they had built a beautiful sandcastle that was even better than the ones their friends had built. Pedro was so happy and grateful for their help. "Thank you, Peppa and George," said Pedro. "I couldn't have done it without you." Peppa and George smiled and hugged their friend. They were glad that they could help and that they had made a new friend in the process. As the sun started to set, Peppa and George gathered their things and said goodbye to their friends. They rode their bikes back home, tired but happy from their day at the playground. When they arrived home, they went to bed, dreaming of all the fun they had had at the playground and looking forward to their next adventure.